Welcome to the Whiskey Explorer. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And if this is your first time on the channel, if you could please do us a quick favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, let us know what you thought about the video, and that way we can help grow the community here at the Whiskey Explorer. And if you're a returning viewer to the channel, thanks so much for joining us for another review. And tonight we have got 1792 Full Proof. But this 1790 Full Proof is actually a store pick, so it's a single barrel version of the 1792 Full Proof. Alright guys, so the 1792 Full Proof, this is a store pick from the BC Liquor Store. This was part of one of our annual spirit releases a couple years back. Just getting to around to reviewing it now actually. But this one here on the sticker says fill date February 27th, 2012 and selection date June 7th, 2019. So we know it's just about a 7-year-old single barrel version of the 1792 Full Proof, coming in at 62.5% ABV. So pretty heavy hitter on that one for sure. And 1792 is the Barton Distillery. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's get into this 1792 Full Proof store pick. All right. There we go. I've noticed with these 1792 bottles, quick closer look at the bottle, and I'll show you guys some more of that in the B-roll, but they've got these big cork stoppers, right? And the cork in there is thick, as you can see, and it does get stuck quite a bit on the rim of the bottle. I actually reviewed the 1792 Bottle and Bond. I'll put a link above for that review. And it was the same type of thing where the cork got stuck to the inside of the bottle, and then that cork actually flakes off and gets into the bottle. It's kind of annoying. You see some of the cork sediment in there, but luckily for us, it's not like wine where it's going to cork a bottle and ruin it right away. For whiskey and bourbon, it affects the flavor a little bit, but not too much, not very discernible. So let's get a pour of this one going. Here we go. All right. I've definitely enjoyed this one. As you guys can see, it's already, it's about a quarter left in that one, I guess. So let's take a look at the color in the glass there. So a deep, rich, kind of even more than medium amber, nice and dark kind of copper color there, medium copper. Really nice color in the glass. Give this one a swirl. It can definitely use some aeration, so some interaction with the oxygen. Being at 62.5% ABV or 125 proof, definitely can take some time there. Oh, and one thing to note, guys, this says full proof as opposed to barrel proof. So full proof means that they can actually put this bourbon to the same entry level that it went into the barrel. So entry level is kind of almost an industry standard at 125 proof. So that means the bourbon, when it goes into the barrels and it's aging in the rick house, that alcohol by volume is typically going to go up. Sometimes it can go down, but let's say that it goes up to 128 proof. When they bottle this, they can actually add water to bring it back down to 125 proof, which was the barrel entry proof, hence calling it full proof and not barrel proof. So barrel proof would be straight from the barrel, uncut, unfiltered, maybe lightly filtered to remove any char bits, but that would be, you know, the alcohol, the bourbon coming right out of the barrel at that full strength. That's barrel proof. This is actually full proof, meaning it's the same proof that it entered the barrel at. So 125 proof. All right, let's go in for a nose here. Cheers, guys. Very sweet nose. Creme brulee on the nose. Vanilla. Some cherry or strawberry, almost like strawberries and creams. It's like even sweeter than cherry. It's like a strawberry cream kind of note to the nose there. Definitely some cherry influence as well, so that's kind of mixed in. Almost like a cherry cola type of flavor to it. Rich and complex nose, so some sweet molasses in there, a little bit of brown sugar, some sweet oak as well. Very, very nice and sweet desserty type of nose on this one. So let's go in for a taste. Cheers. Wow, it's a robust flavor on this one. It does drink a little bit hot, so you can taste every bit of that 125 proof or 62.5% ABV. Get a little bit of the Kentucky hug. It is fully mouth coating, coats the mouth beautifully. Get rich, dark cherry on the palate, vanilla. Mid palate is really nice, kind of sweet oak. I got this funk note on the 1792 Ball and Bond. Picking it up here again, it's almost like that dusty bourbon note. A little bit of tobacco in there. The end of the palate, so the finish is a nice amount of spices, really nice spice playing in there. So some cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, baking spices, definitely even a sharper pepper in this one. So not even like a black pepper, there's actually like a nice cayenne pepper in there. So nice heat on the finish. It is a long finish. This finish goes for days. So yeah, really tasty dram there. Let's go in for a second sip and see if we can pull out some more flavors. Cheers, guys. Man, that's a great dram. Delicious barrel-proof bourbon right there. Wow. Lots going on. So really, the first note that I get, dark, sweet, rich cherry, vanilla. Then it's all the sweet oak, a little bit of the barrel funk in there. I think barrel funk maybe, I don't know. It's like a dusty kind of bourbon note to it. Sweet oak on the mid palate, just so much sweet oak. Really, really delicious. And then it's vanilla, and then there's a little bit of caramel in there. That creme brulee note I was talking about before. Brown sugar. Then you get the finish is, and the kind of end of the palate is all the baking spices. So that's cinnamon, tons of cinnamon, like nutmeg, cloves. Definitely a sharp pepper note at the very end of the palate. So once this finishes, you get a Kentucky hug, you get those nice baking spices, and then there's a really sharp pepper note in there, like a cayenne pepper. Very spicy. Very complex bourbon right here, and really tasty. So I'd highly recommend, if you guys can find a 1790 full proof, and if it's even better if it's a store pick, go ahead and pick that up. I can also say from experience with this one is a great one to have on the rocks. So add a nice like sphere cube to this, and then what I like to do is I put the sphere cube in, put the bourbon in, I kind of let it sit or stand for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then I pull out the ice cube before that bourbon gets too diluted, and it's just like delicious. It's like having like, you know, caramel ice cream kind of type of vibe to it. So really good. Highly recommend this one. So until the next review, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. May your sails be full and your drowns be fuller. Cheers.